Yeah. Stand up. America. Yeah. Stand up. America. They say stay quiet, pick a side, don't ask why. Smile for the cameras while the truth slips by. They preach freedom loud but sensitive speech. Sell fear in the headlines, keep us all leashed. Red, white, and blue, but it's faded and torn. Kids getting raised by a screen in a storm. Veterans broken, politicians rich. They argue on stages while the people get hit. Whoa, this ain't left or right, it's wrong or it's right. Yeah. If we don't say something, we're losing the fight. So stand up, America, open your eyes. We were built on the truth, not scripted lies. Put your hand on your heart, remember who.
Hello YouTube. I want to get on here real quick and kind of rant a little bit. As everyone knows, there was a shooting that took place at the hotel there in Washington, with all the news media and everyone's in there, and Trump was there, Vance was there, all the cabinet pretty much was there, I guess, and some idiot, some fool decided he was going to try to take someone or anyone or everyone out, whatever it was, I guess. I don't think he really thought it through that well, or the only gun he could take in was a pistol and a shotgun and a couple of knives, I believe. Don't know what he thought he was going to accomplish, and thank God he didn't accomplish what he wanted to accomplish. But my biggest pet peeve is Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel, you have never been funny. I don't know how people even thought you were funny or think you are funny. You've never been funny. I've never liked you. You've always sucked. Don't know if it's the writers you've always had or if it's just the way you bring the writing out in your words. They just suck, and you've never been funny. And for you to come up and say what you did about Trump being deceased and Melania being happy over it, that was just a disgrace. I mean, that's the final straw. There's nothing in that joke was funny, and the only laughter that was going on was automated laughter. That wasn't real joke. That wasn't a real crowd behind you or in front of you laughing at your stupid joke. Hakeem Jeffries, the T-Boo Obama. We've got to do this, and we've got to have to do that, and we need to do this. You're stupid. Just plain out stupid. You know, I'm a Republican, and voted for Donald Trump twice. The first time I couldn't vote for him because I was in Hawaii working. But if I could have, I would have voted for him 3 times. But he is your president, and we are a republic, not a democratic, a republic. We have freedom of speech. YouTube may take this down, may not even let me show this, I don't know, but we're supposed to have freedom of speech. And freedom of speech is what we all desire to have and to keep. And what you were saying, Kimmel, that wasn't freedom of speech. That was just disgusting speech. That was stupid, idiotic speech. Your wife probably wrote it for you. And if your wife is your writer, which is what I've heard, you need to fire your wife. She's stupid too. She sucks, just like you do. I'm just an ordinary guy, and when I sit back and I see these things going on, and has President Trump done everything right? No. Is he perfect? No. Um, he's made mistakes. He's tried to correct the mistakes he's made. And to have the position he has, and to have so much on your plate that you have, and to fight the people he has to fight. I mean, he has to fight people in his own party. We have Republican rhinos. One of them, a dummy from Kentucky, which I can't understand why Kentucky would want to vote for him anyway. And then a couple old hags on the Republican side that goes against them. Even, what's his name, Josh Howell in Missouri. You know, he's even voted against some things. I don't appreciate that either. But for every one of you Democrats, it's every one. Yes, Donald Trump might have said, some of you Democrats are nasty. He might have called reporters piggy, which I think she took that out of context, but he might have called a reporter piggy. He might have called some other reporters stupid and idiotic, and you got a dumb network and that kind of stuff. But he never once said anything about taking you out. He said take you off the air, get you fired. But he's never once said anything about taking anyone out. Neither has now the Republican Party. It's never said anything about taking anybody out. But you Democrats, sitting in your highfalutin chair, has done nothing but say he's a Nazi. The whole Republican MAGA group are Nazis, and we should be taken out. And you have these other people up there talking about need to fight someone, need to punch them. I tell you what, a Democrat come try to punch me in the face, they're gonna have a rude awakening. A very big rude awakening. We as Republicans take too much from y'all. It's time that we do stand up to you from now on. We take too much from your mouth. We take too much from your antics that y'all do every time you get in front of the microphone. F Trump, F Trump. You sound like a bunch of stupid kids. That's what you sound like. I don't know why y'all just can't get along with things. The SAVE Act is the best bill that he's wrote or that's been put forth to y'all in a long time. It's better than the big beautiful bill, in my opinion, that he done. But we need the illegals out of here. We don't need to be supporting illegals. We don't need to be supporting free health care, food. I don't care if they do work. If they don't have a social security number, they don't pay taxes. It's simple as that. When they live here on a green card, they don't pay taxes. When they have an amnesty, how do you pronounce that? They don't pay taxes. They live in scot-free. We need to make English our preferred language in the United States of America. That's what we need to do. If you can't speak it, you need to learn it. If I go to Mexico, I gotta learn how to speak Spanish. If I go to Germany, I gotta learn how to speak German. If I go to Russia, I gotta learn how to speak Russian. I have to learn how to speak their language in order to communicate. That's the way it should be here. Learn how to speak our language in order to communicate here in our country. No more of this coming across the border illegally, having a baby, and automatically be a citizen of the United States. No, that's bullshit too. That needs to change. I'm sick and tired of our country bowing down to these illegals, letting them get by with everything. Omar should have been gone 2 years ago. She should never been left here. No one, if you was not born here in America, should be in office, period. I don't care if it's a school board office. I don't care if it's a principal. Shouldn't hold an office at all whatsoever in our country. because you're not citizens. You was not born here. You're not from here. You don't belong in office. Plain and simple. And I wasn't going to make this my first video on this channel. And it'll probably never get seen. Probably never get views. By the way, I'm Danny. This is my channel, Gen X Diesel. And I hope you do like, share, subscribe, do all them things. But I was hoping that I would have a different video to come out and to share and to post. But after all this stuff happened over the weekend, I'm sick of it. I mean, Democrats, you have tried 3 times now to take him out. 3 times you've tried to take him out. And everyone on the left, when it happens, everyone on the left says, we need to bring down the rhetoric. We need to do this. We need to do that. And then 24, 48 hours later, he's a Nazi. He's a criminal. He was convicted. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, and then a conviction deal. Everybody brings that conviction up. He was convicted on 34 felonies. The reason he was convicted on 34 is because the judge told the juror, you have to find him guilty on all or none. Not half, not partial, all or none. So since they found him guilty on a couple of charges, they had to find him guilty on all 34. That was a rigged jury, or a rigged judge, a rigged courtroom, all the way around. That judge wanted to make a name for himself. So did that fat black woman. She wanted to make a name for herself. And now that's why they got the felonies on him. Never spent a day in jail, though, did he? Never spent a day in jail. Guess what? He beat your system. He beat your system. System you implanted. You made. He beat it. And y'all can't stand that he beat your system. You can't stand it that so many people wanted him back in office after they had a zombie walking around for 4 years. You gripe about gas prices. You gripe about food prices. Everything was higher while Biden was in office than what they are right now. Now, me personally, I don't understand why gas is so high if we're making so much sweet, sweet oil as Trump says. Like I said, I don't agree with him on everything. I don't know why our gas prices are so high. If our oil is so sweet and we're trying to sell it to other countries, if we got enough to sell, we got enough to put in the stock so we can lower our gas prices. That's my spill on the gas. But y'all have tried ever since he come down that Escalade in his Trump Towers to ruin his life, ruin his family's life. And it's not worked. It's not going to work. Y'all need to quit telling the lies. You need to quit acting like a bunch of schoolgirls on a playground fighting over a swing and start working together for the people. You're here for the people, not for yourselves. If there was a way to wipe every one of you out of that office and start fresh with nobody there, I'd love to join it. I'd love to lead the pack to get every one of you out of there so we can start with fresh new people. Because you're not working for the people. Every one of you stand up there. I don't care if it's on the right, left, middle, sideways, up and down, whatever. You're all in it for yourselves. You tell us lies to get our votes, and then you go in and you vote a different way. As long as you're getting that paycheck, you don't care. DHS has been going unfunded for how long now? Longer than it should. And even though those guys last night, most of them probably wasn't getting paid, or not last night, the other night, Saturday night, they still stood there in front of the president making sure he was safe. While your fat asses sat at home on a vacation knowing that the airport employees wasn't getting paid, sat on your fat asses and drew your pension or drew your pay. Every one of you should be stripped of that pay. Every one of you. From the time the voting started and you voted against it to the time it actually gets passed, neither one of you should get paid. No government official should get paid. No Congress, no Senate, none of you should get paid. If you can't pass bills, y'all shouldn't get paid either. If it comes to deadlock, nobody should get paid. That's just plain and simple. Why should your fat asses get paid and the people that are actually working for a living having to put up these whiny ass crybabies in an airport because the line ain't moving fast enough, or because they had to change their seats at the last minute because something else come up, want to whine and cry about it? Then people had to put up with that shit. Well, your fat asses are sitting at home enjoying your Mai Tais, your wine, your beer, or whatever, and doing nothing but complaining about Trump. That's all y'all do is complain about Trump. Y'all can't see the trees for your own fat ass noses. And that's just plain and simple. I'm being hard in this video because I'm pissed off because all y'all care about is yourselves. You don't care about nothing else. Nothing. I hope and I pray that you will all come together, vote for the SAFE Act, get our illegals out of there, and get our guys and gals that are working their asses off for nothing paid, and back pay at that. Remember how many weeks they've worked for free? They need to get the back pay plus regular pay and a bonus for doing it. Plain and simple. Bonuses all around, no questions asked. You bitch about ICE. Don't want to fund ICE. ICE has already been funded up to 28 or 29. What the hell's ICE got to do anything? They already got their money. What do you want to regulate on ICE? They're doing their job. That woman tried to run over an agent. She got shot. It was her stupidity. Why wasn't she home with her family, with her child? She already had one child took away from her. Why wasn't she home with her child? The guy that got shot a few weeks later, he was carrying a gun without his license. He was already breaking the law. Then he got in front of ICE, started trying to keep them from getting someone else. He got shot because they saw a gun. That's protocol. They saw a gun. They said he's got a gun. They didn't know what's going to happen. Boom, 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 boom. Should they try that many times? Probably not. But you're trained to shoot to kill. You don't shoot to wound, you shoot to kill. That's what you're taught. Them guys done nothing wrong. They were doing their job. Other guy got in the way. If his ass would have stayed over on the sidewalk, he could have recorded everything, sent it in, said, this is what ICE is doing. He'd still be alive today. He'd still be a nurse today. Still helping out patients today. A little kid wouldn't have to grow up without her mama. She'd still be alive if her ass would have been at home where she stayed, where she should have been. It's plain and simple. You can't put this on them. Everybody makes a choice. Everybody makes their own decisions. Them two made a bad decision that day. Plain and simple. They made a bad decision. And all you Democrats want to holler about taking guns away. Why you want to take our guns away? The crooks are still going to have the guns. You want us not to be able to protect ourselves? We can't rely on the government to pass a bill. How do you think we can rely on the government to protect us? Get real. You would say, call 911. Yes, I need help. Okay, sir, hold on. We'll help you, but we got to vote on it first. There's 20 nays and 2 yays. We're going to take another revote. Hold on. No. We have the right to bear arms. We have the right to protect ourselves. We have the right to hunt. And it shouldn't matter any state we go to. You live in America. You're a law-abiding citizen. You should be able to take your gun on any state you want to take it in, no matter what. Shouldn't matter. We should be able to either open carry or concealed carry no matter what in any state we go to, because we live in the state of America. The laws apply. The Constitution, federal law says any state we can bear arms anywhere. No state should be allowed to say you can't carry a gun in my state because you don't live in my state. That shouldn't be right. That's actually going against the Constitution, going against federal law. That's not right. But these states are getting by with it. New York, I'm sorry. All I can do is laugh at y'all because y'all are the dummies that voted for that stupid idiot that's mayor now. I mean, you get what you voted for. Free, 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 free. Yeah. Tomorrow he's going to start taxing your air because he's losing money out the butt because everybody's leaving. You're going to have to start paying 2% air tax just to breathe. Okay, I'm done. Been on here long enough for my first video. Like I said, like, share, subscribe. I hope you do. There'll be more content come out, and I hope you joined it. I hope you enjoyed it. You have any thoughts, comments, leave them down at the bottom. I'll be happy to talk to you, discuss it with you. If I don't get back to you on there, I may talk about it on my channel here. So if I don't get back to you in the chat box, I will address your issue to me on here. Thanks a lot. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me, and hopefully we'll get to do it again sometime. Till then, goodbye.